AVC Sports and 107.9, 98.5 NASH Icon present high school basketball. Now let's go courtside for tonight's game.
Meet John Valentine, owner of Valentine Insurance. His new office is located at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge. John brings 20 years of insurance knowledge to his friends and clients. Valentine Insurance is your local independent insurance agency that is dedicated to protecting you and providing the industry's best customer service. Whether you're in the market for commercial or residential, auto, home, health, or life, Valentine Insurance can provide coverage for all. They're professional, courteous, reliable partners you can count on. Valentine Insurance open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Evenings by appointment.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the campus of Meadowbrook High School. Tonight, the Meadowbrook Colts host the John Glenn Muskies. The Colts enter tonight's contest with a record of 5-11. Meanwhile, the Muskies come here on a 14-game win streak and have a record of 15-1. My name is Mike Snively, and it will be my pleasure to describe tonight's action. Joining me tonight on the color will be my friend Richard Hall. Tonight's game can be heard on the NASH Icon 98.5 FM Zanesville or 107.9 FM Cambridge. Additionally, we have a free live stream on the YRPtv YouTube channel. So Richard, last Friday, Meadowbrook hosted the Muskingum Valley League small school powerhouse Maysville. Tonight, the Colts get John Glenn, who is the leader of the big school division, and on a 14-game win streak. How do you see tonight's matchup playing out?
Well, I tell you, Mike, it's going to be, I think, a tough task for Meadowbrook in terms of just the quality of play of John Glenn thus far, coming in with that 15-1 record. You know, they have won a lot of games and they're playing really well right now. Statistically, when you talk about John Glenn, they just really play a good, solid basketball game. They average about 69 points a game. They only turn it over about 8 times a game, you know, so, but they play the games for a reason. So if you're Meadowbrook, you got to find a way to attack John Glenn. Take care of the basketball. I think if you're Meadowbrook, I think you want to force the action. I think you want to take the ball to the basket and force the action if you're the Colts.
That was tonight's TK's Auto Service. Keys to the game brought to you by TK Auto Service. Also, tonight's pregame show is brought to you by Valentine Insurance. Looking at the standings in the Muskingum Valley League in the big school division right now, John Glenn is the leader right now. They are 11-1 in conference play. Sheridan, who they just beat last Friday, is 9-2, trails them right behind them. And they just beat Tri-Valley. John Glenn just beat Tri-Valley. They are 8-5 in third place, rounding out the 6 in the big school division, Riverview, Philo, and then Morgan. Then in the small school division, this tonight is a big school, small school crossover game. Maysville, who had a huge win Sunday against the #1 team in Ohio in Division 5, Lutheran East. They won that game by 6 points in an incredible game in Smithville, Ohio. They are 12-0 in the small school division, followed by West M at 8-3. Meadowbrook sits in third at 5-6 in the league. They are 5-11 overall. Rounding out the last 3 in the small school division are Coshocton, Crooksville, and New Lex. I also want to hit tonight's game sponsors. Tonight we are sponsored by Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Abel's Electric Heating and Cooling, Allwell Behavioral Health Services, Dutros Ford Lincoln Nissan, Absolute One Window Tinting, Shriver's Pharmacy, Doane Ford, Village Hardware, West 40 Auto Sales, Ohio Children's Trust Fund, Bicon Services, and Great Clips. We will be also sponsoring a Great Clips play of the game brought to you by Great Clips. Also tonight, one Meadowbrook player will win 1 free medium, 1 topping pizza from Plus One Pizza, and the John Glenn player of the game will receive a free pizza from Lock 9 in Duncan Falls, Ohio. And Richard and I were just having our conversation of what we had last time we were Lock 9. That seems to be the common theme on our show here, Richard, is what we eat.
Exactly.
So we're going to take a little bit of a break here. We're going to tip this thing off in about 12, 13 minutes. A little backyard brawl action here. 2 bordering districts here. John Glenn and Meadowbrook going to go at it. You are listening to MVL Basketball on AVC Sports.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Hi, Mark Kelly here with Icon Services, wishing all the local teams good luck as they dribble their way down the courts to a successful and exciting basketball season. As you're stepping back for that three-point shot in the fourth, we can be in the background helping plan your projects for that first period, getting your business ready for that big project win in 2026. With that, have a safe and competitive season, and remember, Icon Services as your sole source for commercial and industrial construction projects.
At Abel's, we're proud that so many people trust our family with their family's home comfort. I'm Russ Abels. For new heating and cooling, you can trust us to save you money with our high-efficiency systems. We're trusted for electrical work, lighting, outlets, generators, complete home electrical service upgrades. We do it all. And you can trust us in an emergency. Whether it's heating, cooling, or electrical repairs, we promise to do the job right. It's what we do for family, and it's what everyone deserves. Trust Abels.
Meet John Valentine, owner of Valentine Insurance. His new office is located at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge. John brings 20 years of insurance knowledge to his friends and clients. Valentine Insurance is your local independent insurance agency that is dedicated to protecting you and providing the industry's best customer service. Whether you're in the market for commercial or residential, auto, home, health, or life, Valentine Insurance can provide coverage for all. They're professional, courteous, reliable partners you can count on. Valentine Insurance open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Evenings by appointment.
Back to Byesville here at the Corral at Meadowbrook High School. I'm Mike Snively, joined by Richard Hall, the producer tonight. DG Dalton Gambita, the mayor of Dogtown, and Mike Mitchell on the camera. We're going to have some fun tonight. So we got Dalton gets to produce a game at his alma mater. That's always got to be fun. So best of luck to you over there, Dalton. So tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Sarah Wickerman State Farm. So Richard, would you like to go over the starting lineups for both of these teams tonight?
Sure, I will. Starting for the visiting John Glenn Muskies, a 6'2 senior Cooper Briggs, a 6' senior CJ Dolan, a 6' senior Ben Stam, a 6'3 senior Braden Davis, and a 6' senior Steele Bates for the Muskies. For the Colts, a 6'3 junior Michael Ray, a 6'2 senior Mason Campbell, a 5'10 senior Jake Burris, a 5'9 sophomore Blake Leppert, and a 6'4 junior Brennan Rice.
Okay, and we have a really nice program sort of thing here done by by Owen Williams, and it's got the pictures of each starter, their height, their number, and then it's got their last 3 games. In the last 3 games here, it says that Meadowbrook has lost to Cambridge 57-55 in a game, Richard. I don't know if you watched that game. They probably should have beat Cambridge that night, and Cambridge only has 2 losses on the year. You had the game down at Philo. They lost to Philo 57-43, and then in our most recent matchup, they lost to the powerhouse Maysville Panthers 87-38. The last 3 games for John Glenn, they beat Crooksville 74-33. Then they ran into their 2 big dogs on the big school side. They beat Sheridan 66-46. And then Saturday night we had the game where they beat Tri-Valley 60-59. John Glenn's averaging 69 points per game. Meadowbrook is averaging 44 points per game. On the flip side of that, defensively, John Glenn is giving up 49 points a game, and Meadowbrook is giving up 56 points per game. So once again, that was our State Farm starting lineups brought to you tonight by Sarah Wickham. I want to send some shout outs. I got Steve Motil. I hope you're checking in down at North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Matt Dolan wanted to tell you hello and give you a shout out. I want to say hi to my mama down in Powhatan, Point High. I know she's checked in listening tonight. And Cheryl over in Cambridge, I know you're listening. I hope I'm not too early on my shout out tonight, but hang in there, Cheryl. Relax in there and enjoy this little rivalry game here tonight with Meadowbrook and John Glenn. We got about 6 minutes before the starting lineups, and you are listening to MVL Basketball on AVC Sports.
Looking to upgrade your ride or home with sleek professional tinting? Absolute One Window Tinting on Maple Avenue in Zanesville is your local expert. Our team specializes in automotive, residential, and commercial tinting that keeps you cool, protects interiors, and adds privacy with a flawless finish. We use high-quality films designed to last, giving you style and function you can trust. From cars to storefronts, Absolute One delivers precision and care every time. Call 740-819-1642 or stop by Maple Avenue today.
We know parenting is a full-time job, and it can be easy to get caught up in everyday life. The Ohio Children's Trust Fund and our partners are here for you because we all need a little help sometimes. We can connect you with essential resources in your community, everything from parenting support to ideas for self-care. For the love of your family, visit octf.ohio.gov/love to find the support you need.
Looking for an incredible deal on a new Ford, Lincoln, or Nissan? Come check out our vastly growing inventory selection and ask us about all the low APR options that are going on right now at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan.
If a new vehicle isn't in the budget, let us show you a pre-owned alternative that is sure to fit all your needs without breaking the bank. We know with the running from work to practice or games doesn't leave much time for car shopping, so view our full inventory online 24/7 at dutrosauto.com.
Best of luck to all the coaches and players this year. Have a safe and successful season from all of us at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan.
When life feels heavy, you shouldn't have to wait for help. At Allwell's Walk-In Now, Guernsey County's behavioral health urgent care, support is ready right when you are. No appointments, no hassle. Just walk into our office at 831 Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and get fast, compassionate care. Allwell's Walk-In Now, because the best time to feel better is now. Be well, stay well, Allwell.
At Village Hardware and Rental in Barnesville, we've got everything you need for homeowner, contractor, and commercial jobs. From trusted Milwaukee tools and everyday hardware to pro-grade Valspar paint, trusted color you can count on. Plus, we offer paint mixing, key cutting, special orders, and commercial services too. And now, introducing our officially open firearms and ammo department. Fully stocked, trusted, and convenient. Whether you're working, improving, or protecting, Village Hardware and Rental is your one-stop shop. Drop by at 265 South Chestnut Street, Barnesville. Village Hardware and Rental. We make it easy to build the world around you.
If your hair could talk, it would probably say, "Thanks for saving time on a great haircut at Great Clips. You used online check-in to put your name on the list in the app and made it to the salon right on time, thanks to getting a Ready Next text." Your hair would also like to add, "This cut rules." And the price? A very close second. For a great haircut that fits your schedule and your budget, take it from your hair. Take yourself to Great Clips. Download the app today.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH Icon, WILE Cambridge.
Back here to Meadowbrook High School, Mike Snively and Richard Hall. Tonight we have the semi-rival here. Ever since Meadowbrook's joined the MVL, this has become a much bigger game between John Glenn and Meadowbrook, the two bordering districts playing each other. We were talking off on commercial there, Richard, Meadowbrook, John Glenn, Cambridge, they need to play in everything in every sport. It's just too tight of a border there. Everybody's has fun. You get nice crowds, and of course Meadowbrook under a lot of construction here. Parking was trouble tonight because of the snow piles everywhere, and it's just you're going to have rough spots when you're going through construction. But as you can see, this gym's in excellent shape right now. But they're just going to have to, wait it out just like anybody else that gets a new school.
Right, but it's what they always used to say. It's an inconvenience for permanent improvement. So it's going to be good for the Meadowbrook community, and it's a good thing to see. A great opportunity for student athletes and students to come to school in nice buildings, and glad to see it happen for the Colts.
You know who it's really going to be good for? Me. I'm going to have air conditioning next year for the first time in my career. As a student or teacher, I've never had air conditioning. I'm going to have air conditioning next year. I won't know what to do.
You'll have to wear a coat for a while to get used to it.
I don't care. I'll be like Mr. Rogers. I'll bring in that little cardigan every day. Well, tonight, the Brooks Singers are stepping out to half court to sing the national anthem. They always do a beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Tonight's national anthem, we're going to keep it here live. is sponsored by the Byesville VFW Post 3760. Again, live coverage of the national anthem brought to you by Byesville VFW 3760. Let's listen in to the Brooks Singers on tonight's national anthem. All the flags this way.
Ladies and gentlemen, we live in the greatest country in the world with freedom like no others. In order to honor America and all those who have served the war serving, please rise as the Brooks Singers perform our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, under the direction of Ms. Caitlin Border.
Beautiful rendition of the national anthem tonight by the Brooks Singers, brought to you by the Byesville VFW Post 3760. So tonight we're going to tip this thing off once again. Meadowbrook comes into this game 5-11. They are 5-6, sitting in third place in the small school division of the MVL. John Glenn leading the big school division. They are 15-1 with a conference record of 11-1. 14-game win streak here for the Muskies, but Meadowbrook has shown potential that they could pull off an upset here.
Yeah, if you're the coach, you just have to look for consistent play, take care of the basketball. You know, we saw that game against Cambridge, what that was like for the Colts. They have potential, like you said. They have to play well, they have to play consistent, and they have to take advantage of any miscues by the Muskies. But if you're the coach, I think you just have to take it to John Glenn, make them defend you, take the ball to the basket, try to get to the foul line, maybe get some easy points per se, and I think we have a good environment for a good high school basketball game.
The John Glenn Muskies are led by senior Steele Bates. He's averaging 21.4 points per game. He's a 1,000-point scorer. He's been the mainstay player for John Glenn the last 3 seasons. C.J. Dolan averages 14.7 points per game. Braden Davis at 10.4. Ben Staum at 8.5. And Cooper Briggs at 9.3. So John Glenn's been putting points on the board. The Colts will start Michael Ray, who averages 8 points a game. Mason Campbell, who's been on sort of a heater lately, shooting the basketball with his quick release. He's averaging 10 points per game. Jake Burris, he averages 12 points per game. He's the leading scorer for the Colts. Sophomore Blake Lappert, he averages 7 points per game. And Brennan Rice, who's really filled in and done a great job starting for most of this season. The 6'3 junior, he's averaging 3 points a game, and he's made his inside presence felt as of late. Tip time here in Byesville. 7-18 getting an early start. Ray and Davis. Ball tipped to Dolan, controlled by the Muskies. Cooper Briggs thought about it from about 25 feet. Meadowbrook in a man-to-man. Dolan being guarded by Burris. Skip pass over to Briggs. Briggs gets a good look at it. In and out on the three, no good. Rebound Rice. Kicks it to Campbell. John Glenn likes to press even after misses, and that's what they do there. Pressure handled well by Meadowbrook. Lappert kicks it to Burris. Over to Michael Ray. Mason Campbell tried to get it in the paint, and the referees don't know who's it off of, and the last second they say it's off of Meadowbrook, turnover Meadowbrook, possession for John Glenn. Dolan the inbound here, early moments here, 0-0 in this MVL contest. Steele Bates being guarded by the taller Michael Ray. Nice look into Braden Davis. Braden Davis gets his first 2 of the night. That was a nice pass by Steele Bates. Pressure here applied by the Muskies. Muskies in their maroon uniforms with white trim. Colts in their white uniforms, orange trim and checkerboard down the side. Pass into Rice, being guarded by Dolan. Rice goes up strong. Good shot there by Brennan Rice. We're tied at 2 here. 6:40 left here in the first quarter. Bates between the legs to Davis. C.J. Dolan. Top of the key here, Bates. Bates being guarded by Lappert. Bates hits the step back. That's a 3 for Steele Bates. That's his 29th three-pointer on the year. 5-2, John Glenn leads. Rice stuck at the half court. They get it across the timeline. Ray goes hard, goes up strong with the left hand, good. Michael Ray, his first 2 on the night. 5-4, John Glenn leads. Over to Briggs. Briggs got a pretty good look at it. He knocks it down. Cooper Briggs, his 35th three-pointer on the year. It's 8-4, John Glenn. Ray, a 6'3" point guard, good size, just a junior, being guarded by Ben Stom. Here comes the trap from Briggs. Mason Campbell almost went backcourt, throws it away. Here comes Stom, up strong, and he's going to be fouled. So Stom and Davis had a good trap at half court. Campbell had tried to throw it off the defender's leg, but Stom came up with a steal. He's going to go to the line. Stom shoots 78% from the line. John Glenn, a good free throw shooting team, 74% on the year.
Yeah, Mike, and you mentioned Steele Bates and Cooper Briggs. They both shoot about 40% from the three-point line.
From the three-point line,
they're very, very effective out there.
Anytime you're in the upper 30s shooting from three-point range, that's pretty darn good. But if you're 40, that's exceptional.
And John Glenn shoots 36% from behind the arc as a team, which is very impressive.
It is. So Stom hits both of them. Muskies take a 10-4 lead over the Colts. Pressure continues to be applied. Austin Warner is checked in for the Colts. He has the ball, gets it across to Burris, the timeline. Burris going to have a good look at the layup. Misses it, but a tip in by Austin Warner. His first 2 of the night. 10-6, John Glenn leads. Dolan kicks it to Bates. Turnover, steal by Rice. Rice gives it to Burris. Burris, he loses a handle of it. Steal there by Cooper Briggs. Briggs over to Steele Bates. Kicks it to Dolan. Dolan from 21 foot. No good. Rebound Davis. Davis goes up. Good. Braden Davis, 4 points on the night. Offensive rebound and put back. That's what he does best. 12-6, John Glenn. Meadowbrook trying to get to the middle of this press, but they're about that 7-8 second mark every time, and they may have got a 10-second call. They did right there. So Meadowbrook being very patient in the backcourt, but you do have 10 seconds, Richard, to get it across.
Yeah, and if you're Meadowbrook, you know, that's an unforced turnover. They have 4 here in the first quarter. That's something they don't want to make a habit of.
Now, I don't have a clock on my time to watch here, but that seemed like a little quick for 10. Nonetheless, here come the Muskies. Dolan being guarded by Ray. Cooper Briggs has a pretty good look and knocks it down again. Briggs with his second 3 on the night, 36th on the year. And Coach Andrew Nichols wants to talk it over.
And if you're John Glenn here
30
early.
Second. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry about that, Mike.
You're good.
You know, 3 for 5 for the Muskies behind the arc. So
yeah.
They're
3 threes, and we're not even halfway through the first quarter, 15 points. That's a pretty good pace right there. Now, if you're Coach Scheck, you can't expect to shoot that well for the entire game. And you also got to, if you're Coach Nichols, you got to be thinking, they're not going to shoot this well the rest of the game. You just got to hang in there and keep plugging away.
And if you're Meadowbrook, they're not going to shoot that well for the entire game, you wouldn't think, but they have to contest those threes to hopefully take away the confidence of John Glenn if you're the Meadowbrook Colts.
Let's see if Coach Nichols' plan was to get Meadowbrook to drive more than just step back there and figure out the windage on the shots, because they've had some space to shoot the threes. Inbound for Mason Campbell, last week's +1 player of the game against Maysville. Austin Warner, number 0, gets it across against Bates. Dolan closely guarding Ray. Austin Warner in the paint, kicks it over to Campbell. Campbell shoots the 15-footer from the foul line long. Rebound by Briggs on the long rebound, who kicks it over to Steele Bates. Bates over to Braden Davis. Davis tries to go side baseline, but he stepped on the baseline. That's going to be a turnover to John Glenn. Bentley Seedor will check in for Brennan Rice. Seedor, a junior. He averages 4 points a game, 5'10". Seedor's been playing 3 straight years, getting a lot of quality minutes for Meadowbrook in football and basketball, as has Michael Ray. So the Colts trail by 9, 3:24 left in the first quarter. Ray between the legs over to Warner. Warner guarded by Staum. Staum switches off to Burris. Burris is a very adequate three-point shooter, so John Glenn knows that they have to get a hand in his face. C.J. Dolan tips it away, steals it from Michael Ray. Dolan's going to pull up. No good. Here comes Meadowbrook on the attack. Mason Campbell to the hole, goes up strong, no good. Rebound Davis. Davis kicks it to Bates. Bates over to Dolan. Dolan's last shot was just in and out on that 3. Bates gets a good look at a 3, no good. Rebound Cooper Briggs, taken away by Burris. Nice strong play there by number 3, Jacob Burris. So for all that scoring we had, now we've had a cold spell by both teams. Steele Bates almost with the steal, almost picked Warner's pocket, and here is a clean steal by C.J. Dolan, and that's 2 points for Dolan. That's his first 2 of the night. 17-6, John Glenn. Meadowbrook looks out of sorts, Richard, right now.
They do. They're doing a nice job handling the pressure in the front court, but when they get, in the back court, when they get to the front court, though, they're struggling offensively.
Yeah, they're still stymied a little bit by this pressure John Glenn is applying, but they do get it across this time. John Glenn will be in Division 4 in Ohio. Meadowbrook is in Division 5. Bates knocks it out of bounds. Zeminski and Ginzer check in for the Muskies. Lappert back in for the Colts. 17-6, a minute 49 here left in the first quarter. We're in Byesville. All our three-pointers are brought to you by Allen Hunter State Farm. All free throws are brought to you by the Kemp Insurance Agency. Staum guarding Ray. Hands it to Warner. Warner's on the right wing. Ray's going to post up Dolan. And Dolan got his hand in there. It's a steal. Slapped away by Dolan, stole by Zeminski. Ginzer rolls to the hole, kicks it to Briggs. C.J. Dolan at the top of the key. Over to Briggs. Briggs thought about it from the volleyball line. Backdoor cut to Dolan. Muskie's spacing not looking great right now. They've got to recoup, set things back up. A lot of perimeter action here, not a lot of touches in the posts. That's a tough shot from Steele Bates, and that's a miss. That's good defense by Ray. Rebound by Jake Burris. But here comes Meadowbrook across half court. Kick it down to Lappert. Lappert drives the middle, kicks it out to Burris. Burris to the left, he gets a good look, no good. Rebound by Cooper Briggs. 35 seconds. John Glenn leads 17-6 here in the first quarter. Dolan at the half spot. Kicks it out to Briggs. Briggs has another open look. Good! Cooper Briggs, 3 3-pointers here in the first quarter. John Glenn leads 20-6. And the clock just keeps ticking. Meadowbrook needs to show some They've got to get it across the court. Cedar almost has it stolen. They kick it to Warner. Ray's going to have a good look at it, and they did not get the shot off in time. So at the end of the first quarter here in Byesville, John Glenn leads Meadowbrook 20-6. You are listening to MVL Basketball on AVC Sports.
This rugged ride is built to take you anywhere with just 18,000 miles and a soft top perfect for open-air freedom. Equipped for both off-road thrills and everyday comfort, this Bronco is ready for whatever the road brings. Don't wait. Vehicles like this don't stay long. Visit Doan Ford today and take the 2022 Bronco Badlands for a spin. Your next adventure starts here.
Shriver's Pharmacy is a proud supporter of Ohio high school sports, wishing all area athletes, coaches, and parents a healthy and successful season. When you play, play with heart. Local and independent since 1979. Shriver's Pharmacy, because we care. You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH Icon, WILE Cambridge.
Back at Byesville, Mike Snively and Richard Hall. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union scoreboard update. John Glenn leads Meadowbrook 20-6. Start the second quarter. Burris running the point. Ray gets a good look down low. He's triple teamed, but there's going to be a foul. Not a lot of fouls called tonight, Richard. In fact, everybody on the scoreboard does not have a foul right now. They get Steele Bates with the foul. That's his first. Campbell being guarded really well by Ben Staum. Zeminski gets his hand up. Cedar, though, gets the deflection, and this is going to lead into a Michael Ray layup. Colts needed that badly, so Michael Ray has his 4th point on the night. Muskies lead by 12 here early in the second quarter. Kick over to Dolan. Dolan drives, gives it to Steele Bates. Steele Bates short on the layup, and then a foul by Oakley Zeminski. Good sportsmanship there by Zeminski and Burris. Zeminski helped up Burris, and Burris tapped him on the back to say thank you. Cooper Briggs set the check back in. He's going to check in for Zeminski. 20-8. John Glenn leads Southeastern Ohio Credit Union scoreboard update. Still this nickel dime pressure causing the Colts a little bit of problems. Now what John Glenn does is they get their hands on a lot of balls. They tip it.
They sure do.
Yeah. Step back from Michael Ray, no good. Rebound by Ben Staum. Staum kicks it over to Dolan. Dolan drives, has a decent look, but he can't control it. Rebound by Bentley Cedar. Ray gets it across. Pump fakes it. Hands it to Mason Campbell. Campbell kicks it over to Burris, who kicks it back to Ray. Bentley Cedar is going to get a good entry pass from Michael Ray. That's his first 2 on the night. Back to a 10-point lead, 20-10 John Glenn. Cooper Briggs wide open again, misses that. That's his first miss on the night. That was a heat check right there. Burris gets it, goes hard, and he knocks it down. Jacob Burris, the leading scorer with his first 2 on the night, down to an 8-point lead, 20-12. Backdoor cut by Dolan, and he throws it off of Cedar. He's trying to get it to Braden Davis on the wraparound pass, but good defense there by the junior Bentley Seedor.
Yeah, good start for the Colts here in the second quarter. 3 for 4 from the floor, 3 for 3 inside the paint.
I don't blame Cooper Briggs. If I make my first threes, I'm shooting a fourth. It's from anywhere.
Exactly.
Another turnover here. A little sloppy play by the Muskies. Michael Ray brings it up, finds Jake Burris. Burris with that cat-like quickness, also a lefty. Seedor finds the handle on the ball. He's being guarded by Ben Stamm. Ray gets a good look, does a step through, goes up, no good. Rebound by Michael Ray. Colts with the size advantage. Jacob Burris. And Coach Scheck wants to call a timeout. And it's just a 30-second timeout. Right now, John Glenn leads. Sorry, that's a full timeout. But we're going to keep it here because we're going to hit our sponsors. John Glenn leads Meadowbrook 20-14 with 5:23 in the second quarter. Tonight's in-game sponsors are Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Abel's Electric Heating and Cooling, Allwell Behavioral Health Services, Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan, Absolute One Window Tinting, Shriver's Pharmacy, Doan Ford, Village Hardware and Rental, West 40 Auto Sales, Ohio Children's Trust Fund, Bicon Services, and Great Clips. Great Clips will sponsor the Great Clips Player of the Game. Richard, you got to like the confidence that Meadowbrook's playing with right now.
Yeah, you really do. I tell you, that's a good start for them in the second quarter. You know, they are 4 of 5 inside the paint and 0 for 1 from three-point line, but playing with a lot more confidence.
Playing with confidence, and when you're playing with confidence, you seem to shoot better. So Bates hands it over to Stamm. Braden Davis. The Colts are doing a much better job of defending that perimeter. 4 3-pointers in that first quarter, and now no points in the second quarter. Stamm gets a good look at a three. Good. Ben Stamm with his 5th point on the night. It's back up to a 9-point lead, 23-14 John Glenn. Mason Campbell kicks it to Seedor. They've got to get it across the timeline, and they just do. Austin Warner goes up, and Steele Bates knocks it out of bounds. Again, I will mention John Glenn just gets their hands on the ball quite often defensively.
Yeah, they're very active defensively and cause a lot of problems for opponents.
Inbounding Burris to Ray, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Braden Davis. So Ray, with one of the best pump fakes in the MVL, I mean, his ball fake is incredible. In fact, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody not jump on his pump fake. And that time, Davis jumped almost out of the gym, committed the foul. Burris inbounds again to Mason Campbell. Campbell's been held in check by this Muskie defense, being guarded by Cooper Briggs. Campbell gets a pretty good look here. Shot up, good. Mason Campbell, his first 3 on the night. It's 23-17. John Glenn leads Meadowbrook. Muskies attack. Looking at the threes. Steele Bates hits it. Another 3-pointer. This one by Steele Bates. He's got 6 on the night. He's got 30 threes on the year. John Glenn as a team, 122 threes on the year. Burris goes backdoor, hands it to Seedor. Seedor got a good look, good. Bentley Seedor, he has 4, 26-19, 3:39 left here in the third.
Good offense by the Colts there.
Yeah, Meadowbrook playing with much more confidence. Student section starting to get involved here a little bit. Bench getting involved for Meadowbrook. And they're going to have an offensive foul. Gensler's going to check in for Davis.
He called a 5-second call,
Did
Mike.
he call, okay, yeah. 5 seconds. Okay, I thought for a second they called maybe an offensive push-off, but good eyes there, Richard. A 5-second call on Steele Bates.
Just held it a little too long and didn't attack the basket with it.
So Meadowbrook gaining some momentum here. Trail by 7. Here comes a trap from Dolan and Briggs, almost stolen away. Another trap. Seedor's trapped in the corner. He kicks, and Coach Nichols would like a timeout. and he wants a 30-second timeout. We will keep it here. Score John Glenn 26, Meadowbrook 19, 3:12 left here in the first half. This thing looked like it could have got ugly early when John Glenn led 20-6, but the Colts have fought and clawed their way back into this, Richard.
Yeah, they've done a good job of just hanging in there and playing a lot better here in the second half, or second quarter, excuse me.
I'd like to hit our sponsors again. Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Health Insurance, Abel's Electric Heating and Cooling, Allwell Behavioral Health Services, Dutro Ford Lincoln Nissan, Absolute Window Tinting, Shriver's Pharmacy, Doane Ford, Village Hardware and Rental, West 40 Auto Sales, Ohio Children's Trust Fund, Bicon Services, and Great Clips. Great Clips is also sponsoring a Great Clips play of the game. Burris pump fakes it. On the inbounds, gets it in the Seedor above the volleyball line. Seedor threw it to nobody by accident, but Ray did come up with it. Kicks it over to Burris. Now the John Glenn crowd gets into it just a bit. Ray with that pump fake, being guarded by Dolan. He does take the three, no good. Strong rebound there by Staum, who kicks it out to Dolan, who had a pump. Boy, I tell you, Dolan would like to have that back. He made Michael Ray fly by. Now, wait a minute. What did I miss here, Richard?
I don't know what he called.
I thought they called a foul. I'm not real sure. Did they call okay, I apologize to the listeners and viewers. I'm not sure what actually happened there. But here we go. Muskies lead by 9. Turnover. Up to Staum, who kicks it out to Dolan. Dolan shoots a three from the corner. Good. C.J. Dolan with 5 points on the night. Meadowbrook back up. John Glenn back up to a 12-point lead, 31-19. Austin Warner breaks the press, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Cooper Briggs. Cooper Briggs, believe it or not, according to Max Preps, is one of the top 5 charge takers. He takes charges, and he's top 5 in the state of Ohio, but that time he was called for the block, and that's going to bring Austin Warner to the line, who's a 71% free throw shooter.
Yeah, Warner got just to the side of Briggs and turned that into a block.
And I think it was the right call. Warner's first shot, reverse rotation splash, it's good. Rice, who hasn't played in a while, Brennan, he checks into the game for the Colts. Rice, a 6'3" junior. Austin Warner, second shot up. Good. Meadowbrook only shoots 57% on the year, but Austin Warner knocks both of them down. It's 31-21. John Glenn leads Meadowbrook in this MVL crossover matchup. John Glenn likes to just swing it around the paint, Not a lot going on inside the three-point line tonight for John Glenn. Genzer hands it to Briggs. Briggs gets a good look. It's short. Rebound by Seedor. Here come the Colts. Mason Campbell on the fly. Pump fakes it, and this time they're going to call offensive foul. Offensive foul on Mason Campbell, and guess who took it? Cooper Briggs.
Yep, Briggs did get there that time. Before he got to the side of him, called a block. Cooper Briggs made up for it right there, taking the charge for the Muskies.
Campbell thought about passing it off. Might have outthought himself right there with the ball fake over for the layup. And Briggs standing there, taking position, takes the charge. So that's going to be Mason Campbell's second foul on the night. And here come the Muskies, who lead by 10 with 1:44 in the first half. Davis is checked back in. Awkward shot there from Bates. Rice with the rebound. Trap, and they're going to get the Muskies with a foul. Let's see who they get. I believe they got C.J. Dolan on the foul.
It's his second too, I believe.
I believe it is. Both twos, Mason Campbell and C.J. Dolan, have 2 fouls, so I'm assuming that's correct on the scoreboard. That's going to send Jake Burris to the line. 83% shooter, excellent foul shooter. First one up and good for the senior. Michael Ray checks back in for the orange and white. Burris averages 12 on the night. He's got 5. Make it 6. Lead back down to 8, 31-23. Stamm gets it across. Being guarded by Austin Warner. Coach Nichols cheering on his Colts to defend, and have some energy. Golden ball fakes, kicks it to Stamm. Stamm hands it to Davis. Little ring around the rosy outside the three-point line here for the Muskies. Not a whole lot of driving. Here comes a drive from Cooper Briggs, kicks it over to Stamm. Stamm, he gets fouled on the 3 by Rice. So that's going to send Ben Stamm to the line to shoot 3. And that's going to be Brandon Rice's first foul. So Stamm already 2 for 2 on the night. Gets 3 attempts here. Dribbles a few times, spins the ball, shot up good. And looks like Evan Fox, the big 6'8" junior, will be checking in, along with Oakley Zeminski for the Muskies. Second shot up by Stamm, good. 4 for 4 for Stamm. Fox checks in for Rice. And Fox is a legit 6'7", 6'8". I mean, every time I walk down the halls, I look up to this young man. Third one up for Stamm, good. 5 for 5 tonight for Stamm. He's got 8 points on the night. 34-23, John Glenn. 44 seconds left in the half. Seedor gets it to Ray. Ray back to Seedor. Coach is yelling instructions over there. I think I heard Carolina. That must have been the play call, Richard.
I think that's what they're calling. Let's see what they do here.
Let's see what Carolina is. 19 seconds. Seedor over to Ray. Colts might just hold for 1 here. Ray goes hard. Walk through, and that's a foul on that Zeminski. I believe they called it on Oakley Zeminski. That's going to send Ray to the line to shoot 2. Ray's been struggling a little bit at the line this year, just under 50%. He's going to the line for 2 with 7.5 seconds left here. Ray's first shot up looked good, and it was good. Briggs checks in for Zeminski. Probably for his 3-point shooting ability. Michael Ray, the junior, eyes it, skies it. In and out. Rebound by Briggs. Briggs has 5 seconds, crosses half court, goes hard, kicks it out to Stamm. Stamm shot, no good, and that's going to end the half. So halftime here from the Corral in Byesville. John Glenn leads Meadowbrook 34-24. You're listening to MVL Basketball on AVC Sports.
We've all been there. That place where it's past anxiety, past focus, where even reaching out to your closest friend feels too hard. I'm Crystal Reynolds with Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. We understand how fast those feelings can take over, especially with the stress of work, family, and life. That's why we've opened a mental health urgent care clinic in Cambridge, Ohio, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointment needed. Just walk in. Come in today. Feel better today. Call us, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Mental Health Urgent Care.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school basketball. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, seasonal home, garage, farm equipment, Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website at patronsbuckeye.com.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops. Now here's your host, Eric Reeser.
It won't be announced until March, but the resumes are already being worked on for Mr. and Miss Basketball in the Buckeye State. It's the award given at the end of the high school basketball season for the best boys and girls high school basketball player. It's voted on by members of the Ohio Prep Sports Media Association. The last Mr. Basketball from Central Ohio was Pickerington Central's Devin Royal back in 2003. It's been even longer for a Miss Basketball winner out of the area. Brookhaven's Brittany Hunter won the award back in 2003. Dave Purpura will be my guest. He covers Central Ohio sports at the Columbus Dispatch. We'll discuss who's making a case for 2026 for Mr. and Miss Basketball in the Buckeye State. That's next. This is the Ohio News Network.
In Ohio, public education matters. And every day, Ohio's public school educators use their united voice to call for the supports and resources our public schools need so every child can thrive. No exceptions. I'm Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing, and on behalf of our nearly 120,000 members, OEA is proud to sponsor tonight's game because great public schools are a winning playbook for Ohio. And Ohio is stronger when we stand together to cheer for our students' success.
Ohio has over 920,000 diabetics. If you are a diabetic, take a step in the right direction by having your feet checked routinely by a podiatric physician, the most qualified doctors to care for your feet. Adding a podiatrist to your healthcare team can help you better manage the effects of diabetes on your feet. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
This is ONN.
I'm Eric Reeser. Dave Purpura is my guest. He covers Central Ohio sports at the Columbus Dispatch. Dave, we talk about, some great teams locally. Obviously, there's plenty of great players throughout the Central Ohio areas. Westerville South's Ariana Cradle, a finalist for Miss Basketball in 2025. Is there a chance you see her repeat as a finalist in 2026, or a couple other players that we should be keeping an eye out for as we kind of get into the latter parts of the winter sports season?
I would think she should be a finalist. Now, she is at Spire Academy now, but she's still playing very well from what I understand. She should be in that conversation, I would think. I would be very surprised if Whitney Stafford, the point guard from Olentangy, who is committed to Kent State, is not in that conversation. Usually each district gets one. You might have two, so I would think she has a good shot to be our representative. And that's not to Sydney Mobley, her former teammate at Olentangy, who's now a Big Woman, also could be there. I mean, if we get two girls from Central Ohio, I would assume that they are probably the top two on the list, at least as of this point. As far as the boys, it's a tough call because we had so many good seniors graduate. I'm not sure that we have a front runner for Mr. Basketball at this point in time, unless I'm overlooking somebody glaringly obvious, which certainly is possible. But I just don't, nobody stands out to me like Stafford and Mobley do on the girls' side.
And Dave, for Ariana Cradle moving from Westerville South to Spire Academy, it's kind of similar situation with a player out of Upper Arlington, Alex Smith, going to Prolific Prep down in Florida. Just how does something like that happen? And do you see that as a negative for schools in Central Ohio when a player chooses to leave kind of the public schools and go to one of the more prep academy spots?
Oh, absolutely. I think it is. Now, I don't know how much we're going to see of that now because NIL has been approved. I was talking to a reporter from one of our sister papers in Michigan just last week, and he was asking me if I thought that was a reason that we had lost kids like Ariana Cradle, Alex Smith, King Kendrick from Northland in recent years, Cruz McClure, the player from Westerville South, who went to a prep school as well. NIL has something to do with that most of the time. And I think now that it has been approved, maybe we're going to see less of that. Maybe I'm being optimistic. I mean, we all know how the transfer culture is at this point in time. So I hope that it lessens. I'm not going to say that, but I have a feeling that it could certainly be mitigated.
The NIL approval that Dave is referring to is a referendum vote by Ohio High School Athletic Association member schools back in November of 2025 that made name, image, and likeness marketing deals legal for high school students, similar to what you're seeing with college athletes. It's been reported since that members of the Ohio State House plan to introduce legislation that would make NIL illegal for high schoolers. The OHSAA tells me they also expect NIL legislation to be introduced sometime this year. The Ohio legislature is not scheduled to return to session until January 28th, and it's unclear if and when the reported legislation would be introduced. My thanks to Dave Purpura for his time. Read Dave's coverage of Central Ohio sports over at dispatch.com. Also give him a follow on social media at DP_dispatch. For the Ohio News Network, I'm Eric Reeser.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Hi, Mark Kelly here with Icon Services, wishing all the local teams good luck as they dribble their way down the courts to a successful and exciting basketball season. As you're stepping back for that three-point shot in the fourth, we can be in the background helping plan your projects for that first period, getting your business ready for that big project win in 2026. With that, have a safe and competitive season, and remember, Icon Services as your sole source for commercial and industrial construction projects.
At Abels, we're proud that so many people trust our family with their family's home comfort. I'm Russ Abels. For new heating and cooling, you can trust us to save you money with our high-efficiency systems. We're trusted for electrical work, lighting, outlets, generators, complete home electrical service upgrades. We do it all. And you can trust us in an emergency. Whether it's heating, cooling, or electrical repairs, we promise to do the job right. It's what we do for family, and it's what everyone deserves. Trust Abels.
Looking to upgrade your ride or home with sleek professional tinting? Absolute One Window Tinting on Maple Avenue in Zanesville is your local expert. Our team specializes in automotive, residential, and commercial tinting that keeps you cool, protects interiors, and adds privacy with a flawless finish. We use high-quality films designed to last, giving you style and function you can trust. From cars to storefronts, Absolute One delivers precision and care every time. Call 740-819-1642 or stop by Maple Avenue today.
We know parenting is a full-time job, and it can be easy to get caught up in everyday life. The Ohio Children's Trust Fund and our partners are here for you because we all need a little help sometimes. We can connect you with essential resources in your community, everything from parenting support to ideas for self-care. For the love of your family, visit octf.ohio.gov/love to find the support you need.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH Icon, WILE Cambridge.
Welcome back to Meadowbrook High School. Halftime here at the Corral, where the John Glenn Muskies lead the Meadowbrook Colts 34-24. Let's go over halftime scoring first for Meadowbrook. Austin Warner had 2 points. He had 4 points. He was 2 for 2 from the line. Michael Ray 1 for 2 from the line. He had 5 total points. Mason Campbell hit a 3 for 3 points. Jake Burris was 2 for 2 from the line, and he had a total of 6 points. Bentley Seedor 4 points, and Brennan Rice 2 points. Leading the Muskies, Cooper Briggs had 3 threes all in the first quarter, 9 points. C.J. Dolan had 5 points. Ben Staum a perfect 5 for 5 from a charity strike and a 3-pointer. He had 8 points. Braden Davis had 4 points and 2 threes for Steele Bates. He had 6 points. What do we look like statistic-wise over there, Richard?
Well, I'll tell you, Meadowbrook really redeemed themselves in the second quarter, but for the half, they are 9 of 15, 8 of 11 from inside the arc, which is 72%, which has been outstanding. John Glenn, on the other hand, really have had a pretty decent night from behind the arc, 7 for 15, 3 for 6 inside the arc for 10 for 21 for the Muskies. 4 turnovers for the Muskies, 5 turnovers for the Colts, so they've really improved there. The Meadowbrook is winning the rebounding wars 9-7. So if you're Meadowbrook, you just have to hang in there. You're within 10. You do have a chance, but you need to play really well, especially the first 3 minutes of the third quarter.
Good point. And another thing I want to point out, Right now, Meadowbrook's holding John Glenn just under their average scoring, and they're scoring just above their average scoring. So that's a win for Meadowbrook right there. Like I said, this thing got to 20-6, and you wondered, were we going to have a blowout? And no, we do not. In fact, we've got a game. Meadowbrook cut it to 6-6, maybe even 7 there in the second quarter. But now just a 10-point game. John Glenn will have the ball to start the second half. We've got about a minute before we're going to start the third quarter. I want to go over our sponsors again. All 3-pointers tonight are brought to you by Allen Hunter State Farm. Free throws tonight, any free throw brought to you by Kemp Insurance Agency. Timeouts are by the Zemba Companies. And our scoreboard updates, which John Glenn leads Meadowbrook 34-24, brought to you by Southeastern Ohio Credit Union. Great Clips will sponsor our play of the game, the Great Clips play of the game. Also, want to thank Plus One Pizza. They will be donating a free medium 1 topping pizza to the Meadowbrook player of the game, and to Lock 9 Pizza, who will be donating a free pizza to the John Glenn player of the game. Well, Richard, let's see how this thing unfolds, because right now Meadowbrook has some momentum coming out of the half.
They really do. They just have to be solid defensively, stay out of foul trouble, and shoot the ball well. And then, obviously, if you're Meadowbrook, you do miss, you want to try to offensive rebound the basketball.
So here come the Muskies. Both teams been playing man-to-man all night long. Lionel Richie all night long. Probably remember that one, don't you, Richard?
I sure do.
I forgot to hit you with my trivia question. I'm going to throw that out during a timeout to you. How could I forget my trivia question? Dolan goes to his left, up strong. That's a nice move. Really quick, smart move there by C.J. Dolan. He starts off the scoring in the second half. He's got 7, 36-24. John Glenn leads. Rice goes strong, right back at you. Brennan Rice, his 4th point on the night. It's back to a 10-point lead for the Muskies. Briggs gets a pretty good look from deep. Good. Just like that, it's a 13-point lead. 3 shots, 3 baskets. 39-26. Energy starting to pick up here in the gym a little bit. Jake Burris gets it down to Lappert. Lappert underneath the goal, gets it stripped by Dolan. Here comes Dolan. He slows it down, kicks it into Davis. Davis spins, goes out to Staum. Staum stops, pivots, over to Dolan. Dolan shoots a 3, it's long. Rebound by Mike Ray. Ray's going to be trapped. Gets it over to Burris. Back to Ray. Over to Lappert. Colts got it across the timeline. Campbell had a decent look. Drives hard against Bates. Goes up, off the glass, in and out. Rebound, steal Bates. Who gives it to Staum. And in the half spot, gives it to Braden Davis. Steal Bates being guarded by Rice. Dolan kicks it over to Braden Davis, who lays it in. Braden Davis with his 6-point. Nice passing there by that John Glenn offense. Lead up to 15, 41-26. John Glenn doing enough to slow this Meadowbrook offense down at half court. Mason Campbell, 2 against 2 here. C.J. Dolan, number 2. Mason Campbell, number 2. And that's a wild shot, but a make for Jake Burris. He's got 2. Right-hander off the glass. Goes in, 41-28, John Glenn. Davis attempts a 3. Good. Braden Davis with his 7th 3 on the year.
Sorry, Mike, but Braden Davis just does a little bit of everything.
He does.
He's one of those guys that just does everything to help his team.
In games when Braden Davis makes a 3, good things happen for the Muskies. They go up 16, 44-28. Burris being guarded by Ben Staum. Rice with the screen. Nice screen and roll. Staum and Rice may have got away with a travel. Kicks it out to Lappert. Miss. Rebound Dolan. Here come That's a nice defensive play there by Jacob Burris, who almost was able to get to the ball, and he runs right into Braden Davis's grandpa. Fred took a shot there in the first row, but he's a trooper. So good hustle there by Jake Burris. .428 left here. Muskies lead by 16. Bates, who's been held in check tonight. Bates only with 6 points tonight. He averages almost 22 a game, but Rice comes out and fouls him with 4:23 here. 16-point lead, John Glenn.
That's a good point, Mark. Meadowbrook has done a really good job on Steele Bates, but other guys have stepped up for the Muskies.
And look at this. Just the old tricky play behind the back play to Bates, as we just said, being held in check. He's going to get and one. Nice little inbounds play there. Smart play there by John Glenn. And Cheryl Matthews, I gave you the shout out early in the game. I'm going to have to give you a second shout out because I guess you didn't hear it. Bates gets the free throw. He makes them an 76%. It's up to a 19-point lead. Bates converts the conventional three-point play. Michael Ray gets it across. John Glenn not necessarily pressuring Richard, but they're in front of him. That's going to be shot. That was shot by Mason Campbell, and I'm not sure he had a great grip on the basketball.
He didn't. And John Glenn, you alluded to earlier, they just play good contained defense. They don't pressure real hard, but they keep the ball in front of them. They don't have a lot of penetration to the basket that they get hurt on. They just play good containment defense.
It's almost like they wait for you to make a mistake. So here come the Muskies. Steele Bates off the ball screen from Staum. Bates being guarded by Seedor, and there's a little miscommunication.
You don't see that very often now, the Muskies.
Bates thought that Dolan was going to zig, and he zagged, and he just threw it into the John Glenn bench. 47-28, 3:44 left here in the third quarter. NBL action tonight, crossover game, big school, small school. John Glenn leads the big school division. Maysville leads the small school division. And these are the last two opponents for the Meadowbrook Colts. So John Glenn with a 19-point lead. And that's going to be a turnover. Ray tried to get it into Seedor, just got a little sloppy with it and threw it away. So turnover for Meadowbrook. John Glenn has possession. Bates jogs it up across the half-court line. Briggs, I thought he was open there for a second, but he's short. He knew he was open. And when he gets his feet set, he's usually money. He missed that one. Rebound to the Colts. Seedor kicks it over to Austin Warner, who attempts a wide open three. Good. Austin Warner with his 7th point of the night. It's 50 to I think the scoreboard's wrong. They put it up wrong. 47-31. And right back at you. Braden Davis with his 2nd three on the night, his 8th on the year. Now it's 50-31. John Glenn leads. Ray down the middle. Kicks it to Burris. Burris, he shoots his three. No good. Good rebound there by Brennan Rice. Rice goes up. Strong good. Brennan Rice. He's got 6 on the night. Back to a 17-point lead for John Glenn. Davis is feeling it. Yes. Braden Davis. 3 threes in this third quarter. It's a 20-point lead. Davis came in with 7 threes on the year. He's got 10 now. He's hit the double-digit mark in this quarter alone. Burris gets the kind home roll. Jake Burris with his, he hits double digits at 10 points. Back down the other side, turnover. Davis was on the line when he tried to take it away from Rice. Turnover, John Glenn. So Hayden Genzer and Oakley Zeminski will check in for the John Glenn Muskies.
Only the 2nd turnover for the quarter there for the Muskies. You know they'd like to have that one back, I'm sure.
They would. And Michael Ray stepped over the line inbounding it, and that's going to be a turnover. And that's just unforced right there, Richard. You can't, when you're the inbounder, you can't step over the line.
Well, there was two things there he did. It was a spot, and he moved, and he stepped over the line.
Yeah, so you're right. He did move as a spot. You're exactly right. Davis hands it to Bates. Bates to Dolan. Dolan has it tipped out by, I thought it was tipped out by Rice, but they said that Dolan just lost the basketball.
He just kind of dropped it and rolled away.
Yeah. So the score's been messed up. They had it as a 22-point lead. I didn't think that was right. It's John Glenn 53, Meadowbrook 35. Now it's correct. So 18-point lead. Zeminski riding Seedor all the way up. And that's a great move by Bentley Seedor. Seedor has 6 on the night. It's back to 16. Minute 35 here in the third quarter. We're on YRPtv and the NASH Icon. Bates will be fouled. Richard, I was thinking about this trivia question. What year did the three-point line start in high school basketball? What year?
Well, I can tell you that it's.
I know you're going to be close on this.
I'm going to be close. It's either 88 or 89.
Okay. I will give you credit for 88 because it started in 87, which would be 87 and 88. Basketball goes into 2 calendar years. It was the 87-88 year. It started in high school basketball. And there's an easy steal by Michael Ray. He's going to take it up and lay it in. Thought for a second Michael Ray was going to slam that one. That cuts it to 14. All of a sudden, Meadowbrook's got some momentum here. 53-39. Genzer hands it to Briggs. Out to Dolan. Over to Bates. Good ball movement here by John Glenn. Bates with a 17-footer. No good. In and out. Rebound Seedor. Seedor throws it away to Bates. He misses the shot. Briggs gets the rebound to Dolan. Back to the half-court offensive set here for John Glenn. Dolan goes strong to the hole. He throws it up, and he's going to be fouled. So, yeah, 1987-88, I was in 8th grade when the three-point line came out. Do you think that changed the game? I would say more than anything.
And the reason I know that it was in 88 or 89 was that Buckeye Trail played in the state tournament in 1987 and had a really small team, if you do a little bit of history there, with Charlie Beaver, David Oniga, David Wheeler. And their biggest player was 6'1".
Okay.
And they shot the ball from a long way away.
But it was
they
only
shot
2
the ball
points.
to the perimeter, but only got 2 points because the three-point line didn't exist yet.
Wow.
So had they had that, that team would have been a little bit different, I think.
It makes a huge, huge difference.
And still made it to the state tournament.
Dolan makes his first free throw. He's 73% on the year, makes his second free throw. He's got 9 on the night. 55-39. Across, Genzer, stone cold hit, knocks down the ball away from Warner, but Seedor comes up with the loose ball. Now another tip. Kick it to Bates. Bates goes up against Burris. He missed the layup. Return. Genzer. Hayden Genzer with the rebound and basket. It's back up to an 18-point game. 17 seconds left here in the third. 57-39. And then Seedor throws it right to Bates. Bates lays it in. So Steele Bates has 5 in the quarter. 3 seconds left. Meadowbrook's got to get something up here, and they're not even going to try to attempt a shot here. So at the end of the third quarter here in Byesville, John Glenn leads Meadowbrook 59-39. You're listening to MBL Basketball on AVC Sports.
Looking for an incredible deal on a new Ford, Lincoln, or Nissan? Come check out our vastly growing inventory selection and ask us about all the low APR options that are going on right now at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan.
If a new vehicle isn't in the budget, let us show you a pre-owned alternative that is sure to fit all your needs without breaking the bank. We know with the running from work to practice or games doesn't leave much time for car shopping, so view our full inventory online 24/7 at dutrosauto.com.
Best of luck to all the coaches and players this year. Have a safe and successful season from all of us at Dutro Ford, Lincoln, Nissan.
When life feels heavy, you shouldn't have to wait for help. At Allwell's Walk-In Now, Guernsey County's behavioral health urgent care, support is ready right when you are. No appointments, no hassle. Just walk into our office at 831 Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and get fast, compassionate care. All Wells walk in now, because the best time to feel better is now. Be well, stay well, all well.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH Icon, WILE Cambridge.
Back here at Snoop Dogg Arena, me and Dalton here having a little fun with the Snoop Dogg song just playing there. Mike Snively and Richard Hall. John Glenn leads Meadowbrook by 20, 59-39. Start of this fourth quarter. Austin Warner gets it out to Mason Campbell. Bentley Seedor gets it to Mason Campbell. Campbell goes nice drive to the hole with the left hand. That's a very good move by Mason Campbell. He gets his 5th point on the night. 59-41, John Glenn leads. Braden Davis, who had a spectacular third quarter, 3 threes in that quarter, a total of 11 points. Shot, tries another free. The heat check missed that time, but offensive rebound, John Glenn to Stom. Stom for 3, good. Ben Stom with his 11th point on the night. It's up to a 21-point lead and a steal by guess who? Steele Bates. And Coach Nichols is going to take a timeout, and we are going to leave it here, and I will hit on some. It's 64-41, John Glenn leads Meadowbrook, and I'm going to hit on some of our sponsors. I want to thank Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Abel's Electric Heating and Cooling, All Well Behavioral Health Services, Dutro Ford, Lincoln Nissan, Absolute One, Window Tinting, Shriver's Pharmacy, Doan Ford, Village Hardware and Rental, West 40 Auto Sales, Ohio Children's Trust Fund, Bicon Services, and Great Clips. Richard, we were talking about the three-point line coming in high school in the 1987-88 basketball season. High school basketball, the three-point line is 19 feet 9 inches. College basketball, NCAA, they've recently backed it up. It is now 22 feet 1 inch. And in the NBA, it's 23 feet 9 inches. So the NBA three-point line is 4 feet further than the high school three-point line. And the pros make it look like sometimes it's just like a free throw.
Right.
I mean, they are outstanding. They are so many good shooters nowadays. And that three-point line, like we said, it's changed the game. You see teams shooting 35, 43s a game in the NBA.
Yep, everybody likes to shoot the three.
Yes, they do.
It's really hurt the game defensively, I think.
It has. And you don't see the mid-range jumper hardly anymore at all. Just the free throw. The free throw's turned into the mid-range jumper. Some people shoot the three better than the free throw. So here come the Colts. They trail by 23, 64-41. Seedor being guarded by Briggs. Another nice move here to the left. Mason Campbell. Twice in a row for Mason Campbell going strong to the hole. He's got 4 in the quarter. Back down to a 21-point lead for John Glenn, 64-43. C.J. Dolan gets a nice look. And he knocks down a three. I'll tell you what, John Glenn is shooting the lights out on the three ball tonight, speaking of threes. Jacob Burr straight to the hole. No good. Rebound. Steele Bates. He kicks it down to Cooper Briggs. Cooper Briggs goes in with the left. Good. Cooper Briggs, and all of a sudden it's 69-43. John Glenn leads. This is what John Glenn wants to do. They want to get it out and run. That was a baseball pass to the last one, and that's going to go off of Jake Burr. So great defense there by Ben Salm. Once again, Richard gets the hand on the ball. Good things happen.
Yeah, it really does. And you look at John Glenn's balance tonight. 14, 14, 11, 13, and 10 out there for the Muskies.
Yeah, they are, and I don't even know how many threes they have, but it's a handful. So they try to go inside to steal Bates, but good defense there by Mason Campbell for the Colts. 5:39 left here.
13 threes so far in this game.
13 threes by
13 threes by the Muskies.
Wow. That's a lot. Here comes, speaking of threes, C.J. Dolan, no, in and out, almost 14 right there. Rebound there by Bentley. Seedor. Here comes Michael Ray. Michael Ray zigs and zags, kicks it over to Austin Warner, who shoots the corner three. Yes, Austin Warner for three. Tell you what, we might have 23s in the game. Steele Bates comes down, says, my turn, 3. This is fun now. We're just shooting up threes. 14th three there by John Glenn, 72-46. John Glenn leads Meadowbrook. Almost a steal by Bates. Seedor retains possession, gets it across, goes hard to the hole, kicks it out to Jake Burris for 3. Yes. Why not? Why not? Richard, get down there and spot up. It's your turn. 72-49 in this 3-point barrage here we got going on right now. 72-49, John Glenn leads. It's slowed down, Richard. Team held the ball for more than 10 seconds on a possession. Braden Davis being guarded by Seedor. Over to Staum. Yes! His third 3 on the night. It's 75-49. John Glenn leads Meadowbrook. Michael Ray gets it across half court. Kicks it out. Mason Campbell, he gets a good look at it. Good! Mason Campbell for 3. His second 3 on the night. And it's 75-52, 23-point lead here for John Glenn. Davis in the paint, throws it away. Mason Campbell being trailed by Dolan. Campbell goes up hard, good. Mason Campbell having himself a quarter. He's got 9 in the quarter, 12 for the game. 75-54 and a foul on Michael Ray in the backcourt. 3:34 left, Richard. And what do we got total threes here? There's a bunch.
Well, Meadowbrook here this quarter, 6 for 7 from the floor, 3 for 3 from behind the arc.
Jeez, that's just this quarter.
John Glenn's 4 for 6 from behind the arc and 2 for 2 inside the arc. So nothing but offense here in the fourth quarter.
Nothing but offense. Looked like my lunchtime pickup ball. Cooper Briggs gets it over to Dolan. Dolan kicks it back out to Braden Davis. Steele Bates looking for that 3. He's being guarded by Lappert. Kicks it over to Briggs. Briggs shoots it. Good! How many times have I said that tonight? Cooper Briggs with his 5th 3 on the night. And it's 78-54. John Glenn. Mason Campbell with 2:55 left in the game. John Glenn leads by 24. Jacob Burris goes up with his left hand, good. And nobody seems to be able to miss now, Richard.
He's had a really nice game. Burris has 14 for the Colts.
Yes, he does. 78-56. 2.5 to play here in Byesville. Bates over to Dolan. To Briggs. Little backdoor cut by Briggs, the left hand up and good. Nice pass from Braden Davis. Cooper Briggs, 7 in the quarter, 10 in the half. He's got 19. Lappert goes up strong, in and out. Misses the layup. Rebound by Burris. Steele almost stole the ball, Steele Bates. But of course, Mason Campbell shoots the 3 and he knocks it down. Mason Campbell might have a career quarter high. He's got 12 in the quarter. 1:46 left, 80-59. Everybody's like, okay, whose turn is it? Steal here by Michael Ray. He goes up strong, no good. Rebound by Davis. Kicks it to Steele Bates. On the floor to Davis. Davis goes up strong, good. Braden Davis for 2. 1:19 left. My pencil's running out of lead here. 82-59. Mason Campbell, step back 3. You know it's going in. Yep. Mason Campbell for 3. What a quarter Mason Campbell's having. 82-62. Campbell guarding Steele Bates. Steele Bates shoots a 3. Yes. Heck yes. Why not? This is fun. This could be a gym record for most threes in a game. It's going to be a quick timeout so we can get some subs in here tonight. With 34 seconds left, the bench is clear. John Glenn leads by 23, 85-62. And they may have to call the Byesville Fire Department because both baskets are on fire right now, Richard. So just a quick timeout to get the subs in with 34 seconds. Luke Norman going to inbound it for the Colts. Gets it to Brendan Stewart. Over to Levi Calvert. Calvert goes up. Norman goes up against Rowe with the right hand, no good. And that's going to be a rebound by Quentin Janosik, who hands it over to Oakley Zeminski, and I think the John Glenn Muskies are just going to run the clock down as they do. So, final score here from Meadowbrook. John Glenn, 85, Meadowbrook, 62. We'll be back with statistics and awards. You're listening to MVL Basketball on AVC Sports.
Village Hardware and Rental in Barnesville. We've got everything you need for homeowner, contractor, and commercial jobs. From trusted Milwaukee tools and everyday hardware to pro-grade Valspar paint. Trusted color you can count on. Plus, we offer paint mixing, key cutting, special orders, and commercial services too. And now, introducing our officially open firearms and ammo department. Fully stocked, trusted, and convenient. Whether you're working, improving, or protecting, Village Hardware and Rental is your one-stop shop. Drop by at 265 South Chestnut Street, Barnesville. Village Hardware and Rental. We make it easy to build the world around you.
If your hair could talk, it would probably say, "Thanks for saving time on a great haircut at Great Clips. You used online check-in to put your name on the list in the app and made it to the salon right on time, thanks to getting a Ready Next text." Your hair would also like to add, "This cut rules." And the price? A very close second. For a great haircut that fits your schedule and your budget, take it from your hair. Take yourself to Great Clips. Download the app today.
Looking for adventure? Check out the 2022 Ford Bronco 4-door Badlands at Doane Ford. This rugged ride is built to take you anywhere with just 18,000 miles and a soft top perfect for open-air freedom. Equipped for both off-road thrills and everyday comfort, this Bronco is ready for whatever the road brings. Don't wait. Vehicles like this don't stay long. Visit Doane Ford today and take the 2022 Bronco Badlands for a spin. Your next adventure starts here.
Shriver's Pharmacy is a proud supporter of Ohio high school sports, wishing all area athletes, coaches, and parents a healthy and successful season. When you play, play with heart. Local and independent since 1979. Shriver's Pharmacy, because we care.
Honestly, we've all been there. That place where it's past anxiety, past focus, where even reaching out to your closest friend feels too hard. I'm Crystal Reynolds with Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. We understand how fast those feelings can take over, especially with the stress of work, family, and life. That's why we've opened a mental health urgent care clinic in Cambridge, Ohio, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointment needed. Just walk in. Come in today. Feel better today. Call us, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Mental Health Urgent Care.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school basketball. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, seasonal home, garage, farm equipment, Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website at patronsbuckeye.com.
I was sitting in my car, and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood, and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio, I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door, and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
You're listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH Icon, WILE Cambridge.
Back here, final score from Byesville. Meadowbrook defeats John Glenn 85. I'm sorry, how many times am I going to do that? John Glenn defeats Meadowbrook 85-62, a 23-point victory tonight here in Byesville. John Glenn moves to 16-1 on the year. Meadowbrook moves to 5-12. So John Glenn will maintain first place in a big school division. Richard, we just saw a lights-out shooting contest tonight. We just talked during commercial, 24 total three-pointers tonight. John Glenn hit 17 threes tonight, and Meadowbrook hit 7 threes tonight. And that's got to be close to some type of record in this building, you would think. I mean, that's a lot of threes.
And for the game, second half production was outstanding. You know, John Glenn and Meadowbrook 17 for 24. John Glenn was 18 of 25. Not very many shots were missed, especially in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, Meadowbrook was 7 for 11, and John Glenn was 8 for 13. So there weren't many rebounds in the fourth quarter because everything was going in the basket.
I think there were times we just knew it was going in. And it's not like it was terrible defense, but, I mean, people just got hot, and it was fun. There were some times where Mason Campbell for Meadowbrook, I mean, he was incredible. He had 3 threes, and he had 15 points in the fourth quarter. He ended up with 18, but he had 15 in the fourth quarter with 3 threes, all that went in the fourth quarter. Braden Davis had a stint there in the third quarter where he went back to back threes, and that's kind of what put it out of reach. And for that effort, we're going to give Braden the Great Clips play of the game, those 3 threes that went back to back. And we're talking a guy that had 7 threes coming in, and he makes 3 1/4. So congratulations to Braden Davis winning the Great Clips play of the game. Let's run down some scoring here real quick. First for the Colts, they were led tonight by Jake Burris. The senior had 15 points tonight. He knocked down 1 3. He's 2 for 2 for the line. And with that effort tonight, Jake, you're going to win the complimentary pizza ticket for +1 pizza. So congratulations to Jake Burris for winning the +1 pizza player of the game for Meadowbrook. Austin Warner was 2 for 2 from the line, had a couple threes. He had 10 points. Michael Ray, he had 7 points. He was 1 of 2. Mason Campbell, last week's +1 player of the game, as said earlier, he had 18 points. Bentley Seedor had 6 points, and Brennan Rice had 6 points. For the victorious John Glenn Muskies, who go to 16-1 on the year, 2 guys led in scoring tonight. One, Cooper Briggs. Cooper Briggs had 19 points in the game. He had 5 threes in the game. With that effort tonight, Cooper's going to win the Lock 9 Pizza Player of the Game. So congratulations to Cooper Briggs on his Lock 9 Pizza Player of the Game. Also, Steele Bates had 19 points, 3 below his average. I thought Meadowbrook did a somewhat of a decent job of him, especially in the first half where he only had 6, but he ended up with 19 points. Braden Davis, 17 points tonight. And Ben Stom had 14 points. C.J. Dolan, 12 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 starters, double digits.
You know, that's one thing we wondered talking, before the game is if Steele Bates doesn't have his 24 points that he's averaging, what does that look like for the Muskies? And I think tonight we saw a glimpse of, Meadowbrook did a pretty good job of taking Steele away early, and the other 4 guys stepped up and shot the ball in and was incredible with their offensive performance tonight. You get 5 guys in double figures, you're going to win a lot of games.
Great point, Richard. That's a great point, and we did see some people step up tonight for the Muskies. So, Richard, what other stats do you have for us tonight?
Well, I'll tell you, rebounding was fairly even, 16 for the John Glenn Muskies, 12 for the Colts. And then, turnovers was very close. John Glenn had 12 turnovers tonight, just a little bit above their average. They average about 8. So Coach Scheck, that'll give him something to talk about in practice tomorrow, was, take a little better care of the basketball. Meadowbrook kind of responded after the first quarter and only turned it over 13 times. I mean, that's more than you want, but that's acceptable in a game like this.
You can win a game with that many turnovers,
and
yes.
Add 13. And then I just tell you what, I think Meadowbrook just probably played as well as they've played since the Cambridge game tonight.
I agree.
I had watched a couple of their other games, had played okay, but I felt like tonight they played a lot better than what I'd seen the last couple. So if you're Coach Nichols and staff, you got to feel pretty good about the effort tonight. John Glenn's a really good basketball team, but I felt Meadowbrook competed from start to finish. And, obviously you want to win, but I think they can look at the film, and they're going to see some positive things as they get ready for their next opponent. But, if you're Meadowbrook, you keep plugging away. Once we get to the tournament play, everybody's 0-0. So if you're Meadowbrook, just keep working to get better, be consistent. And they've played some pretty good people on their schedule, and tonight I thought they were very competitive throughout the game.
I agree 100%, Richard, and I thought Meadowbrook shot the ball with confidence, and that propelled them to play really well tonight. But my goodness, John Glenn put on a shooting performance. And free throws were great. John Glenn was 7 for 7, and Meadowbrook, we only had one missed free throw. Meadowbrook was 5 for 6. Once again, I want to go over our sponsors. Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Abel's Electric Heating and Cooling, Allwell Behavioral Health Services, Dutro Ford Lincoln Nissan, Absolute One Window Tinting, Shriver's Pharmacy, Doan Ford, Village Hardware and Rental, West 40 Auto Sales, Ohio Children's Trust Fund, Bicon Services, and Great Clips. Our Great Clips play of the game tonight was Braden Davis going back to back on 3-point field goals in the third quarter. Our +1 winner tonight in Meadowbrook player of the game was Jake Burris, and our Lock 9 pizza player of the game was Cooper Briggs. Well, we're going to wrap it up here in Byesville. Meadowbrook will go to 5-12 on the season, and John Glenn will improve to 16-1 on the season. So, final score here from Byesville: John Glenn 85, Meadowbrook 62. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to high school basketball on 107.9, 98.5 NASH Icon. High school basketball is a presentation of AVC Sports.